No, Nick, we were just talking about with Churchill, teams that kind of come out of nowhere and shock everybody a little bit. The Cottage Grove Lions, 1-0. Okay, cool. 2-0. All right, things look positive. 3-0. All of a sudden 4-0, and you're looking at the Cottage Grove Lions and saying, what's different? We're going to talk about that in just a minute, but you got to go see Cottage Grove today.
Yeah, first time I got to go see them, and they were taking on Pleasant Hill. Pleasant Hill, a team that was 1-2, trying to get to 500 on their home field. So let's head to Pleasant Hill for those highlights. Unbeaten Cottage Grove, as Cam said, looking to go 4-0. Just the third play of scrimmage for Cottage Grove. And it's a pretty good one. Clayton DeWitt up the middle, 70-yard touchdown. And just like that, the Lions lead with 10:39 left in the first quarter. You would see a lot of running action in this game. But the Billies answer with Caden Howes right up the middle. He's got a club on his left hand. Ball security, very important, especially down at the goal line. But hey, it's a touchdown. Then ensuing kickoff, it's Caden Grogan returns. Looks like he's got a big seam, but the turf monster catches him there. Fortunately for him, though, here is DeWitt again. Cottage Grove now 4-0. They put up 49 points to Pleasant Hill, 49-27. Cottage Grove wins.
So Stephen Turner, the head coach for Cottage Grove, I got to cover him a little bit when I was in Medford. He was the head coach at North Medford for a while. He's a very old school kind of coach, you know, a grinded out kind of coach, very straightforward, a very good guy to talk to. But you look at Cottage Grove, Nick, 1-8 last season. They're 4-0 to start this year. I don't remember when the last time Cottage Grove started a season this successfully. What's changed?
I think you mentioned it too. The coach right there, the way his philosophy is with football, when you have a guy like Clayton DeWitt, he's kind of that do-it-all guy. He had over 200 yards in the first half, 4 touchdowns there. They're averaging over 45 points per game. The help when you move down from 4A to 3A was very important for them. And I also think the coach just knows what they have. It's not the prettiest football. It reminds me very similarly of Oregon State. They rely very heavily on the run game. They know what they have, and what it does is it limits the possessions for the other team, chews up the clock, and then what that does is it has the opportunity, if they need to open up the pass game for their quarterback if he needs to. If you don't need to, why fix it if it ain't broke? And clearly, averaging over 40 points per game through 4 games, 4-0, doesn't get much better if you're a Cottage Grove fan.
And it doesn't matter who you're rooting for. You love to see a team that's been down and out so much in the last several years start to rise back up to the top. It's a cool story that we're going to keep following. Some 3A scores around the state. Sutherland moves to 4-0 after a 4th straight game. The offense scoring 40 points or more. Best start for the Bulldogs since the 2019 season. First time in a long time. The Bulldogs are 4-0 to begin a season. And some other 3A scores. Coquille beats Phoenix 42-21. Then you look at Cresswell with the first win of the year, 25-22 win over Elmira.
The Loggers pick up their first win of the season on the road over Wilhelmina, 20-8, while North Valley hands South Umpqua its first loss of the season. That was 24-9. A rough start for Junction City. The Tigers shut out on the road for the first time this season. It was 21-0. JC now falls to 1-3 overall, and it's league play next for the Tigers. It's a date with the state runner-up Marist Catholic Spartans. That one will be in Junction City on Friday. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock.
Just a few more 4A scores for you. Philomath remains unbeaten with a 56-0 victory over the Dalles, while Sweet Home suffers its first loss of the season, 20-12 at home to North Bend.